unfortunately couldn't make. They wanted so badly to be here tonight, and they send their love, and they're so proud to be here. All right. When Erin brought Kaili home to West Virginia for the first time to introduce us, I knew even before she brought her home, because I could tell by the way Erin talked about her, how much in love that she was. And when Kaili came, we found out that Kaili felt the same way, and they complement each other so well, and have such respect for each other. And as we've gotten to know Kaili, we've grown to love her too for the special woman she is, and for the love and happiness and respect that she brings to our precious sister. I'm so honored that they asked Helen and I to sing the song that we did tonight, When God Made You. It fits them so well. It really seems that God knew all along that Erin and Kaili would need each other, and they're both so deserving of this amazing gift. Thank you, Erin and Kaili, for letting us share in your lives in this blessed beginning. So please join me in toasting the beautiful Mrs. and Mrs. Hardiman.
That's it. You got it.
Okay. May you both always treasure this gift and nurture it, and multiply it, and enjoy a long lifetime of love together. And in the words of one of my favorite songs written by Eden Abez, the greatest gift you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. To Erin and Kaili. Cheers. Thank you.
All right, good evening. I'm Kelly. I am Erin's big sister. And although from the time that she was probably about 13 years old, she passed me up in height. So I've had to look up to her in more ways than one most of my life. But before I go on, I have to tell you about this genetic deformity that we have in the Hardiman family. We got it from our mom, all the Hardiman girls, and our bladder is right between our eyes. You saw it in Erin already tonight. So I'm going to try to get through this without tears, but I may not. And Erin probably won't either. Okay, so kind of reiterating what Ryan said, the best day of my entire childhood was the day our parents, after being a family of four for 8.5 years, 8.5 years, brought home a beautiful real-life baby doll and placed a baby sister on our laps. She was love at first sight, and she stole my heart from the beginning. And we have home movies capturing that very moment when I saw Erin for the first time, and I lifted up her dress to make sure she was indeed a sister. And that gets a chuckle every time we watch it. We grew up close despite our 8.5-year age difference, and I always wanted to protect my little sister, especially from our Swiss foreign exchange student who came to live with us when she was, what? How old were you?
11.
Oh, no. No, you were much younger. You were just a toddler. Anyway.
I forget my whole childhood.
And she swears that he tried to kill her in that year that he lived with us. And I don't know whether he actually did try to kill her or not, but I remember him hollering, "Erin, you are a beast!" all the time, and I was like running to protect her. I always felt a little sense, and I kind of even felt it tonight as some of you all commented about Ryan and Erin looking so much alike. I've always had somewhat of a sense of like maybe being adopted or something. Because Ryan and Erin did favor each other so much, and she was the spitting image of him growing up. And they would have such a special connection that I felt like maybe I was missing. But growing up, Ryan and I were grooming to take over the new Donnie and Marie show and be the next Donnie and Marie. And Erin would just come up and do everything better than we could ever imagine. Ryan was an artist, I was a singer, and she can do both of them. So So when I got married in 1990, Erin was my sweet bridesmaid at the age of 13. And then when Ryan got married, just a few months later, Erin became the only remaining chick in the nest. But she stretched her wings and she flew through a nursing program on a full scholarship and then moved to Nashville, how many years ago? 23 years ago, and to go to Vanderbilt to become a nurse practitioner. We were so proud of her. She was so strong and so brave, and I couldn't imagine her leaving, going that far from home, and I worried that we'd never see her again. But I'm over the moon and joyous to say that we are closer now than we've ever been. She has made the monumental effort to come home for every special occasion, not only in my life, but in the lives of her 6 nieces and nephews. And now also to care for our elderly parents so often. I lost my place.
I can relate.
Okay. Erin is the most loving and generous human being I've ever met. She is genuinely good to the core. And she has so much love to give, which is probably why she has 5 dogs. But I'm blessed beyond measure that God has given Erin to me as a sister to experience and share in that love. Our sweet mom gave us a wise counsel and told us to stay close as siblings because the relationship that you have with your siblings will be the longest relationship you ever have in your life. I love that. I have both a brother and a sister to share that with. And now I have another sister. Kaili, I see how much love Erin has for you. And it's so easy to see why. You have a beautiful heart, and you too are so kind and generous. The pastor who married me and my husband told us that marriage is a competition to see who can outgive and outlove each other. And I know you two are very competitive. Have a lot of favorite things to get together, but I think you two are just going to have to settle for a tie in that. Erin, thank you for the joy that you brought to Erin's life. Erin is a better person with you. And you've made our whole entire family even better. I wish you a life of happiness, love, and growing in faith together. Blessings to Erin and Kaili.
Hi, I'm Tara. I'm the maid of honor, and I have had the pleasure of knowing Kaili for the last 17 years. I am a bad crier, so just like hang in there with me. And this story starts a little bit. Can y'all hear me? Mm-hmm. Yeah. The story starts a little bit funny, so I'll need just like a second of setup. So, it sounds unrelated, but it's not. So a few years ago, I met a woman named Sheila Jacobs, and Sheila was joining the board of directors for an organization where I'd been serving for a few years. And after her first board meeting, she said, "Let's go to supper." And so we went and had dinner, and at the end of the dinner, she said, "Have you ever heard of the word Bashert?" And I said, "No." And Sheila she was Jewish, and she was explaining that in Hebrew it meant fate or destiny. And she said, "We were supposed to be friends. That's why we're sitting here tonight." And I remember thinking in that moment how very strange it was for someone who'd known me for such a brief time to have decided with such certainty that we were meant to be. And Sheila, and it was true, Sheila passed like a couple months ago, and I've been thinking about her a lot, and that experience came up as I was preparing to talk about Kaili, and hold on, this gets funny now. It'll come back up. I told you, just had to hang in there with me. Because if you've ever heard Kaili talk about our 17-year-long relationship, we will both say that we met at the Planet Beach Vanderbilt, where she had been working as a tanning consultant and I was seeking employment. And so I walked in, and they, our former manager at the time, decided that I was big and scary, but offered me employment anyways. And the reason that I bring up that story in the context of Bashert and of our sweet Sheila is because I remember in that moment, for what should have been like a very benign interaction, it's still one of my core memories And I remember walking out that day sort of having the sense of like, I don't know why I feel so funny about this, but I feel like something, like this is the start of something. And it certainly has been. And I have, so many of my core memories, you think about that movie Inside Out, your sort of formative moments with a person. And so many of them are with Kaili. And so many of them with Kaili are just like the tiniest of moments. And I think about going to your and Jenna's wedding and us driving to Arkansas that day, listening to the Carrie Underwood album. And we were listening to the same song over and over and over again on repeat. And you can't just like be so annoying with most people. You can't want to play the same song over and over again. They won't indulge it. And she'll let you. She calls me first and last bite Tenorio because like if I'm sitting next to her, then I'm going after her food, and she always lets me. And in the hard times, I remember in college there was a particularly rough moment, and I went. Okay, that's good. And I went to our Planet Beach Vanderbilt, and we had closed, and I said, I can't tell you.
I love you, Tara.
I think you love me too. It's almost done. I said, I can't tell you what's wrong, but my heart's breaking. And I remember, she just sat with me on the couch and petted me. Okay. It's good. It'll be better if I don't do my phone. And so in that moment, what I remember was she didn't need to know the story or the why or need to provide advice. She was just there to be a space, a nest. And I was thinking about all the like funny little memories that come to mind with her, and it's like, God, you are a person who I can be my full self with all the time. Who does that? Who allows that? And then I stand before you getting married, and I'm like, Kaili has been giving everyone in this room that has the blessing of knowing her, for better or worse, our entire lives. And that is the beauty of her, is that in any moment she is in sickness and in health, for better or worse, for richer or poorer, and we did not have any money. But that is the gift of Kaili, and I thought how fitting it is that when she decided to get married, it was to someone who gave that right back to her. And so you've seen Kaili come alive, not as a new person, but as the best version of herself and with a total complement of herself, because someone was able to give her the grace that she's given to all of us for so many years. And so that brings me back to a shared. And so I was thinking about that word and fate and destiny, and I went to go do a little bit more research, and it turns out that another interpretation of that word is soulmates. And I thought, what a gift to think that it was fate that brought us together, fate that brings them together now, and that they get to live the rest of their lives truly with their soulmates and with their greatest joys. And we are all lucky enough to bear witness to that. So thank you, and cheers to you both. We love you so much.
Hi, I'm Ian Thomas. I'm Kaili's older brother, older by 18 months. And pretty much from the get-go, we have been loving siblings who also fought a lot. The day Kaili came home from the hospital after being born, I decided to throw myself off a tricycle and have to go to the ER to, I suppose, upstage her or something. And we've had her back and forth since, but she has always cared for me and loved me, and I've always cared for her and loved her, but she just loves so fiercely. Like Tara said, those of you who get to know her know that she will do almost anything for you. In college, I had a series of terrible cars. I would drive from Ohio to Little Rock, and my car would invariably break down somewhere in Kentucky or Tennessee. And my sister would come and get me. She would drop everything, likely, like perhaps lose that job at the candy place, and then to come and rescue me and put me up in her house until I can get to Arkansas. And I'm certain she has done the same for you because she is a giver, she is a nurturer. I know at least one person calls her mom regularly, and I don't think she's alone in that. Kaili is a giver. And I just seeing her relationship with Erin, I realized, like Tara said, that they both give, they both nurture, they both bring out the best in each other. And I am just so thrilled to see my sister filled with love. Their engagement photos you've seen, I've never seen Kaili that happy. And my heart is so full, and I'm just so grateful to be here today to celebrate their love. Erin, I'm so excited to have you as a sister. Can't wait to know your family better, and I'm just so happy today. So let's all raise a glass and celebrate the Hardimans.
Yeah.
Ornaments!